Hey YouTube, how's it going? Thomas here. I'm going to talk about Hughesnet 4Gen today. And I actually shot a YouTube review on Hughesnet about 2 years ago here. I said the service sucks and it's overpriced. I still stand by those claims. The service has improved a lot with Hughesnet 4Gen. It's still overpriced, and the customer service, on the other hand, they still suck like always. I mean, you call those bastards, they don't know a damn thing. They just send you in circles, they tell you the same old bullshit, yada yada, lollygag you around. But we're going to go ahead and jump over here to the Hughesnet 4Gen website, and this is the website here for Hughesnet 4Gen. Speeds 15 times faster than dial-up, but the price is also way more expensive than dial-up as well. Is Hughesnet 4Gen worth it compared to the old Hughesnet, which was the Hughesnet HN9000, which is what I was actually using at the time that I shot this YouTube review here. I was using the HN9000 Hughesnet, so I'm going to use HN9000 as a comparison to the new Hughesnet 4Gen. Now, the HN9000 offered me a bandwidth limit of 375 megabytes a day with unlimited bandwidth from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. with an download speed of 300 kbps and an upload speed of 150 kbps. Now, Hughesnet here, on the other hand, if we actually go over here and look at their plans, let's go ahead and open it up. Here's their plans. As you guys can see, they have different plans here, and these plans are a lot faster. The problem is between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m., they do not offer unlimited bandwidth. That's the catch with Hughesnet 4Gen, and I don't like that. That's the reason I did not want to upgrade from the HN9000, because with the HN9000 I could download unlimited from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. and I could download in a monthly period, probably with my connection speed in the neighborhood of probably, easily, 30 GBs a month, just between 2 and 8 a.m. I mean, it was just a huge amount of downloading I was doing. And Hughesnet now, they're jamming all their customers onto the same servers with the HN9000, making the service so slow you can't even browse the web, you can't refresh the pages. I mean, it's terrible. They're doing that intentionally. They're calling their customers. I got multiple calls from Hughesnet saying, will you upgrade your service? I was getting promotions in the mail to upgrade my service. They wanted me to upgrade it. They're basically screwing their customers, and that's just the kind of company they are. They don't want nobody using that old equipment. They want everybody to upgrade. And the reason I ended up with Hughesnet 4Gen was because the fact of the matter was my equipment got messed up, and one more my equipment just would not work, period. I called Hughesnet, and they just basically gave me all this baloney and crap. Their technician misled me. They told me to re-register my equipment. I did that, then it went and re-register. Then they said, well, we'll send out a technician, but it'll cost you $100. I was like, fuck you, was my exact words to the woman, and I hung up the phone. I called back, canceled my internet service, and pretty much the one thing I will give them credit for is the technicians, when they canceled my service, they didn't even tell me I was going to get credited. But about 2 months later, my bank account, I actually had a deposit from Hughesnet where they actually credited me money from where I'd already paid my subscription with the remaining time from where I'd canceled. So that was something I was actually surprised about, and I was actually quite happy with. But now, that's probably the only good thing I can actually say about their customer service is they actually give you your money back when you cancel and stuff, but that's probably so they don't get sued. Go figure, right? But let's go ahead and move up here. And I canceled with Hughesnet, and I went to my local phone company, which is called Frontier. And the thing with Frontier was they actually had a promotional for satellite internet, which was through Hughesnet, which is what I'm still using right now, is Hughesnet. So I was actually able to go through Frontier and bypass Hughesnet altogether and pay a little bit more, but they brought out new equipment and everything. Hughesnet wanted me to sign a 2-year contract and all this crap. Frontier basically said no contract, nothing, we'll set your equipment up, free installation, everything, and they came out and done it for me through my phone company. Now, most people are probably not going to be given this option, so they would have been forced to upgrade to Hughesnet 4Gen if they didn't have a local company that was providing the services. But this here is your control panel. It looks basically the same thing with the Hughesnet, with regular Hughesnet or whatever. If you're directly for Hughesnet minus the Frontier logo, this would probably be a Hughesnet logo, but the panel will look exactly the same. You're going to have your data limits and stuff right here, and it'll show you this is your daily limit. Anytime in the day when you're on here and stuff, it's just going to use your bandwidth and stuff throughout the day. Now, starting at 2 a.m., your bandwidth limit is going to go into this right here, which is called your bonus bytes from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. This here is when you use this. If you use all this up right here, your anytime allowance right here, is what'll happen is it'll start eating your anytime data. And when this is burnt out, you have to look at Hughesnet legal contract, which is somewhere up here. This is their legal page right here. It goes over their Fair Act policy, which is a load of crap. That's their way of saying we'll screw you out of money. You max out your bandwidth, you pay us $10 a month, and we'll give you more bandwidth. I mean, it's basically legalized blackmail is what it is. Hughesnet's blackmailing their customers. But let's scroll down here. Now, if you max out your bandwidth, and it tells you all this stuff here if you want to read through all this crap, but if you max out your bandwidth, they reduce your speed to 150 kbps. Now, with the HN9000, if you maxed out your bandwidth, it was maxed out for the rest of the day, and your speeds was dropped down to about 50 kbps, and 56 kbps is the speed of dial-up. So it was actually slower than dial-up. You couldn't browse the web. You couldn't even refresh Facebook. It was so freaking slow. With 150 kbps, that was half the speed I was originally getting. And I maxed this out one day just to see how, at the end of my monthly plan, I had like a couple hours left of my bandwidth limit. I downloaded to max this out. Now you can download your entire bandwidth limit in probably 6 hours for the whole month, if you're not careful. So you got to be very careful when you're messing with bandwidth limits and data limits. But if you're careful and you know what you're doing and you have the proper tools, and I'm going to go into the tools here in a moment, you can actually preserve your bandwidth limit and not waste it. But 150 kbps, it's slow, but you can still surf the web, you can be on Facebook, you can do things on the internet regardless. And that's a good speed right there. That's not too terrible, unlike the 50 kbps with the old modem. But Hughesnet 4Gen, they're offering 150 kbps, so that's a good thing if you happen to max out your bandwidth throughout the month. Now, to prevent you from maxing out your bandwidth, the one thing you want to do is, let's look at YouTube here at this video. You never want to watch your videos in high def. Okay, come down here to your settings and make sure your quality is on a low frame, like 360p's. Now this goes all the way up normally to like 1080p's and stuff, which is high def quality. You don't want to watch YouTube videos on high def. Always watch them on low quality like this, or even lower, and things of that nature. Sure, it's going to be a little blurry. The quality's not going to be that great, but it's all about preserving bandwidth when you're on a data limit. Same thing applies for a mobile device. If you have a data limit and you're using a cell phone, well, you want to use the lower quality picture and stuff like that, so you don't waste your data on your cell phone. So that's important. Now you come up here, we're going to run a speed test here. This is just going to show you how fast the Hughesnet 4Gen is actually, the speeds of Hughesnet 4Gen actually works. Now the sad thing is you still have a high ping, which makes it impossible for multiplayer gaming, Xbox Live, PC gaming, anything. You have a 5-second delay pretty much, because the signal has to leave the earth, go to space, and come back. And you click on something, it normally takes about a second or two for it to actually respond. So it really sucks in general. As you can see right there, I clicked on that. If it was dial-up, not dial-up, health. If it was DSL or something, as soon as I clicked on that, it would have been instant. The speed test was started. As you see, when I clicked, it was like a delay by a few seconds. And that's the downside of satellite internet, but it is fast. All right, but your ping's going to always normally run about 1,000 plus, 600 plus if you're lucky. But 1,000 plus, on average is what I've always noticed my stuff at. But here you can see, according to my previous YouTube video, if you actually watch that, my download is actually running around 10 megabytes. Per download. So that's really good. That's what I'm paying for based on my Hughesnet plan. If you guys actually come over here and you look, see my power plan here, this is what I'm paying for right here, and I'm getting my download right here, which is 10 and 1 up. So pretty much the service that they offer you with Hughesnet 4Gen is actually what they give you here. And here, as you can see, I'm actually getting my upload's not that great. As you can see right here, I'm actually getting 800 kbp upload right now, even though I'm supposed to be getting 1 megabyte upload. But that's expected. You could always, with any connection speed, you're promised to expect to get at least half of that. So 10 megabytes, you're guaranteed 5 megabytes. Upload, you're guaranteed, with 1 megabyte, you're guaranteed 500 kbps. But your download is really what you're after, when you're browsing the web and stuff like that. Your upload is more for uploading pictures to Facebook and things like that. That's when your upload speed comes into play. Now we're going to go ahead and look at some other tools here. A very important tool that a lot of people don't think of is, look at this right here. This is Ad Blocker. Now I use Google Chrome. Ad blockers are also available in Firefox and even Internet Explorer if I'm not mistaken. But just go into Google Chrome, up here and stuff, into your extensions, and just type in Ad Blocker, and you can scroll down here, and I actually installed Ad Blocker Plus. Now this will block advertisements on websites, things like that. And I personally hate blocking advertisements because, you know, people make money off of them and helps people out. But you know, you have a bandwidth limit. You can't waste your bandwidth. So to block any type of advertisements is critical. The next thing is, whenever you're done surfing the web or something like that, close your browsers. Okay, because some websites have video advertisements on them, and if one of those video advertisements are running and you don't realize it, you know what happens? That just chews your bandwidth away. It will destroy it. So you got to make sure that you don't go to websites that have video advertisements. If there's a website you go to, it's got video advertisements on it, just quit using it. Don't go back there anymore. Even though it might be a good site, I mean, you can't risk being on websites with video advertisements or saving them to your favorites, because if you forget to close the web page, you're screwed. I've went on the websites to get recipes for cooking and stuff and hit video advertisements, and it screwed me. So let's go ahead and come up here and look at this right here. And the next thing is, like, this is all the stuff here, which is Hughesnet. But this is the customer service page and all that stuff. They actually have some tools here, so if you go to customercare.myhughesnet.net, you can go to tools down here and all this other stuff. But the main thing is, you want to have a Hughesnet status meter. This is critical. This tells you your bandwidth. It pulls it from your control panel, and it's a desktop feature you put on your desktop. You have to have the Hughesnet status meter installed. Even with the SN 9000 that I was running, well, the HN 9000 I was running, the status meter is something that I had to have. It was a critical feature. This is a critical tool that you have to have installed. And it has a little icon. It comes up down there, like on your start bar, like right here as an example. So this is a tool you have to have. It gives you an idea, and you just constantly want to check your status and watch your bandwidth and things like that. And the best way to do that is just punch in your IP address, which is like 192.168.0.1, and normally you just go right there and it'll just pull it up and tell you here. And it's good to check it like every hour that you're on it or so. Just pop it up, check it, you know, when you're on the computer, and just watch it, keep an eye on it, you know, so you don't, you know, screw up or something, or you're not burning too much bandwidth. But anyway, this is just me talking about Hughesnet 4Gen. Would I recommend getting Hughesnet 4Gen? If so, make sure you, when you sign up, you get the power plan, because 5 GB is really just, it's not enough bandwidth if you get on YouTube or anything. I mean, it's really just too little to do anything with. You need to be on a higher plan, like 10 GB, and make sure that any type of, you know, like once a month or something, make sure when your computer does its updates, it's always set to like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. so it'll automatically use that bonus bytes and stuff like that. And also, you know, make sure you have your Hughesnet status meter installed. That's critical. Make sure that when you're on YouTube, you keep the settings and stuff on your videos turned down. But the customer service at Hughesnet still sucks. They remain crappy. The price is still overpriced for Hughesnet, but based on, you know, recent changes, the qualities, things like that, they have gotten a little bit better, you know, with their speeds and all that stuff. I mean, as you guys can see here, you know, the speeds are, you know, somewhat higher than before. They're running better. You can actually get on the web, surf the web now, and just do things with Hughesnet. Unlike when before, I mean, I was just refresh the page, failed to connect. I mean, that's what it was before. Now it's not that bad. So Hughesnet has improved. It has gotten better. But anyway, YouTube, thank you for watching. Sorry for the rant, and please subscribe to my channel. Peace out.